Okay, yes, indeed. We'd like to say good evening and welcome. This is the weekend editions of the program, Civic Hour. Civic Hour comes your way from Monday to Friday. We'd like to say welcome from 7 o'clock to 7:55, and we were late, but however, thank God we're here due to other technical reason. So whatever you're doing, and however the case may be, I'd like to say welcome. My name is Chris B. Ware, and I like to say keep following the broadcast and let's have a very great and beautiful time tonight. We're going to be looking at giving you the summary of from Article 1 to Article 8 because the few times we've been discussing about the articles in the Constitution of Liberia, and this program is meant to educate our people when it comes to their right, duty, and responsibility. Also, the government right and duty and that of responsibility. So, whatever you're doing and however the case may be, I like to say, welcome. My name is Chris B. Ware, and this is Top 105.3, the broadcasting system of Teach Our People Communication Incorporated. We broadcast to you live and direct from ZWEDRU, Grand County, Republic of Liberia. Let's have a very great and beautiful time together on this station. So, as I told you, we're going to give you the summary of the summary from Article 1 to and Article 8 of the 1986 Constitution of Liberia. Quickly, I'd like to say good evening to all of our listeners across ZWEDRU and the surrounding community. Welcome today on Civic Hour on Top FM 105.3. Today we will be looking at Article 1 to Article 8, giving you the summary when it comes to the 1986 Constitution of Liberia. And here we bring it down on our simple, Liberian English. Today, as we are here, we're going to be looking at Article 1, Article 2, and Article 3, and we go bit by bit. So firstly, we start with Article 1. We learn, for the past time, we learned that the Constitution is the highest law of Liberia. That's what Article 1 told us. Yeah, Article 1 told us that the Constitution, this article explains who own power in Liberia, the kinds of county or country Liberia is, the duty of government, the right and welfare of the people. Why it matters, the Constitution is the highest law of Liberia. Every citizen, leader, and institution must obey it. And then we go to Article 1. Simple meaning when it comes to Article 1, all power belongs to the people of Liberia. That is Article 1. That's a simple meaning we can give you. All power belongs to the people of Liberia. And to bring it down, government leaders are servants, not masters. So we should know tonight that government leaders are servants. They are not masters. We, the citizens, are the master because we can change them. They cannot change us. So they are not masters. Our representatives are not masters. Our superintendent, they are not masters. Our senator and that of the rest of the people, they are not master. We, the citizen, are master. So the Article 1 is telling all power belongs to the people of Liberia. Government leaders are not are servant, not master. Key points we talk about: the people elect leader to represent them. So who can elect a leader to represent us? Is we, the citizen. When leader misuse power, the people have the right to vote them out. When the leader we know we elect to go and talk for us, when they're not doing it, we have the power as a citizen to vote them out. Speaking against bad governing peacefully is one of the good things that we can do as citizens. Practical example when it comes to that: when you vote during election, you are using your constitutional power. No president, no senator, or officer is above the people. Yeah, that's a civic lesson. Civic lesson. Liberia belongs to all of us, not a few people. So those who in government authority, those who working for government, what happened to them? Those who we give the power, the country don't belong to them, so they don't have to be using our resources, enjoying and carrying your children forward, making them to enjoy what we the common citizen that give them the power suffering. And these are the things Liberians have to be talking on now. Government build an institution, build a school. Then all of the government, those who working in government authority, they don't send their children to government school. That mean that they have the money, they're using our money. Because those of us that are sending our children to government school, we don't have money because we know Liberia don't have money. But how can now all those who working with government using our money to send their children to higher learning institution? They value the private schools than the government school, and that is a bad thing, because government pay the higher amount for teachers. Government look at qualification to pay their teacher, which is what we talk about and we're going to get to. But the private school, they just beg the teachers to give them the money they want. So that alone we need to go and talk about it. And so we say, the Constitution is greater than everyone. Any law that go against it is invalid. Key points that we talk about: even the president must follow the Constitution. Court can cancel any law that contradicts the Constitution. Practical example: if a law allows unfair treatment, court can cancel it down. Now with the civic lesson, no one is above the law in Liberia. We go to Article 3 of the 1986 Constitution. Simple meaning: Article 3, Liberian practice a republican form of government. Liberian practice a republican form of government. Key points: power is divided into the branches. Power is divided into the branches. Legislature make law, executive carry out law, judiciary interpret the law. This prevent abuse of power. Practical example: the president cannot make law alone. Court cannot stop illegal government action. Power sharing protect democracy. So you see, we're talking about the Constitution. We are on Article 3. We're just giving you a little summary before we continue on next week. And next week we're going to be starting with Article 9 of the 1986 Constitution. So power need to be shared among, the reason the power is shared among the three branches of government is to make everyone to have peace. They make everyone to understand one another. We move to Article 4. Article 4, national unity and equality. That's what they talk about. They say Liberia is one united country. All citizens are equal before the law. All citizens are equal before the law. No trap religion. No trap religion or region is supreme or superior. No trap religion or region is superior. Every one of us, Bapolu, Rebaji, Maryland, Saino, Grand Cru, Grand Jide, Nimba, Bapolu, the rest of the county, according to the Constitution, all of them, they are equal. No one is above one another. Every one of them are equal. Government must protect national unity. That is one of the responsibilities of government. Government must, it's not something like it's a advice. It's government obligation. Government must promote national unity. A citizen from Grand Jide County has the same right as one from Mosurado. A citizen from Grand Gator County have the same right from one from Maserado. A citizen from Grand Gator and River G County has the same right from one from Grand Gator County. A citizen have the right from Nimba County, just like someone from Bapolu County. So every one of us in the Republic of Liberia have a right. No one is above the law. We are equal before the law, and that is clear. It's very clear to every one of us. I read that example again because we are in Grand Gator and we're in Liberia, so we're going to be bringing in example. Like for example, people are used to teach. John is going to school. Conan Doe and Blaman Doe. This day now, if you want the children to understand what you're saying, you should call the children that are in your class. And when you call the children that are in your class, it should be on a good attitude. Blaman Doe and Conan Doe were used to go to school. We were used to, read that book. We read that book for so many times. And now, before then, the two people you were used to hear in the example is Mary and John. Mary and John. But this time come around to make the children to bring it home. You can say promise and blessing. Success and then James. So these are the things the children are going to know. Say, oh, those people were just like us. So we need to live just like them. So quickly we move to Article 5. I told you we on a weekend and we should, we were thinking about opening the phone lines to discuss what we talk about. But the fact that if we go over this thing after we come back, we'll open the phone lines for you and every one of us to make impact when it comes to building, Liberia, building Grand Gator County and Liberia and the world at large, to make people to understand their constitution. So we move to the Article 5 that talk about political parties and democracy. Political party and democracy. So what it's talking about, Article 5, political party are allowed. Democracy must be, protected. Citizens have the right to join political party, express political view peacefully, and also parties must not promote violence. Opposition parties are not enemy of the state. Yes, I know somebody is there. Opposition party are not one enemy of the state. So we talked about that. We told you, I think that was on, Tuesday, we told you about that. Article 5 of the 1986 Constitution told all that. People will say, oh, that UP won the election, so nobody will come from CDC to work in the government. No one will come from, any other party to work in the government. The only people that have to work is those who are in or who are, unity partisan. So the Constitution is saying that no, those that went against you during the election, even when you're in power, they are not enemy. They are people we need to work with. Peaceful criticism is part of the democracy. That's the reason they're telling you that opposition parties are not enemy of the state. And also, again, peaceful criticism is part of democracy. If somebody don't tell me what we can say, call out and make your recommendation and make your comment. All this stuff, when we don't tell you, you don't going to know. So you have to call to say, oh, Brother Chris, beware, the way you bring in the program is good, but the fact that the way you can talk fast, we can understand you. For me, I can understand you, so I want you to make it slow and bring the English down. It's going to be better. At least this is why, can transform a town, can transform, a county, Liberia, and the world. Because anything you see that you don't love, you need to talk about it. Democracy grows when voices are respected. Democracies grow when voices are respected. Peace. When we talk about democracy, we're talking about peace. We're talking about unity. We're talking about fair judgment and respecting each other. So that's what we're talking about. So what happens next? If you are there when other person talk, that person say they met from, poor background, that may not have no idea. and the next person talk. He said the person not government, but you guys will be respecting those who have family that are working in the government. What's going to happen? There will be no peace. But democracy allow everyone to talk, especially peacefully. Even though I'm from John Brown village, but I have a point. Even though I never went to school, but you guys will understand me if I speak my daddy, or you guys have an interpreter here, because I don't know the English, but I have good thing in my heart. You see that? So this is why the Constitution is telling, every one of us. So quickly we move to Article 6. Government must work to develop Liberia. Government must work to develop Liberia. Key points. Development should benefit all counties. Development should benefit all communities. Government must reduce poverty. Government must reduce poverty. Roads, schools, hospitals should not be only in one area. Now today we're talking about the Grand Gide referral hospital. Grand Gide referral hospital. They play the big hospital for Grand Gide County. What happened there? What happened to every one of us? The Matatama Memorial Hospital, are we living it have to be a clinic for children. And that place people going to sleep and make it as guest house. It have to be a clinic because the Chian people here. How many clinics we have here? How many government clinics we have in Chian district? That the hospital we have here, Matatama Memorial Hospital. So since we have referral hospital, we need to go to the hospital now to be a clinic to serve the Chian people. Because that hospital is big. There where people coming from Robert G, Maryland, Grand Crew, even Niba County, they bringing them to their particular hospital, the referral hospital. What happened to that? I look at people, everybody going there, but they have to have, other people there. So these are the things. So the Constitution is telling you and I that government need to what? Government need to work to develop Liberia. And how can government work to develop Liberia? The development should benefit. Government should make sure all counties, all districts should be able to have a clinic before referral hospital. So we say all counties, development should benefit all counties, development should benefit all community, government should reduce poverty. Some our road, school, hospital should not be only in one area. Development must reach everyone. Development must reach what? Everyone. So we need to be ready every time to work and develop Liberia, to work and make our progress as a citizen. We have a role to play as a citizen. We have a lot of things to do as a citizen. And the government have their role to play also. So anything we're doing, we should be ready to do it to the best of our ability. We should do it to the best of our ability. So tonight we came here to remind you of what we've been doing, and this is what we will keep doing. We start from Monday to Friday. What happened next? We're going to give you the summary. So I like to say welcome. We're going to summarize the whole thing from one to the place we will stop, and then give you what you want for us to give you. So if you are there, this is top 105.3. Yeah, we're not discussing politics. And somebody will say no. Oh my word. Somebody will say no, we need to discuss politics. But we encourage you to always join us. We are live on Top FM/TV Liberia. And if you have your comment you are following, yeah, you can be part of the conversation tonight. Yeah, we will appreciate you. My name is Chris Beward. I'm here for you. So let's take the break. Let's quickly take the break. When we come back, we open the phone lines for our brothers and sisters. Maybe the whole week you are not with us, but now you are with us. So let's see whether we can open the phone lines for you, so we'll have the time together. Let's take the break. When we come back, we continue our presentation. Oh yes, indeed. Welcome back. This is Top 105.3. We broadcast to you live in the red from ZWEDRU, Rangera County, Republic of Liberia. We broadcast to you live in the red from ZWEDRU, Rangera County. And I'd like to say welcome. Welcome. Don't you go away. We are here bringing you a little, tips when it comes to what we've been talking about from Monday to Friday. Talk about Article 1, it was last week, Article 2, and then we talked about Article 3, 4, 5, 6, and also 8. And so we're here to give you, little, tips on every one of them before we continue. Comes Monday on the same platform. So I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what happening to you. But this program comes to you from Monday to Friday, 7 o'clock to 7:55. And I'd like to say thanks so much for being there. If you are following the broadcast, share it. Share the broadcast. And also, again, what you have to say tonight, let's give it a few minutes. We just read a lot of things telling you that Article 1 give up, the authority. Article 1, 2, or we the citizen, we have the power. Yeah, the power of the government is invested in us. We can change the government. And Article 2 told us that what we can do as a citizen, and so far so good. So call on 0881 14 35 04, 0881 14 35 04, 0776 105 105, 0776 105 105, and you're going to be live this wonderful time on Teach Our People Communication Incorporated. Let hear you tonight on this platform. My name is Chris Beware, and those of you following online, I'd like to say many thanks to you. But I hear you tonight. Let hear you 0881 14 35 04, 0776 105 105, and we hear you. I don't know how many of you guys out there have interest when it comes to the program, but we need you people to have interest. We need you people to build interest, because the reason we having a lot of problem in Liberia, the reason we don't know how to talk to our leaders, the reason we don't know how to address issues as a Liberian, the reason is very simple, because we don't know our right, we don't know our duty, we don't know our responsibility. That is a problem. So we feel that you can just talk because they talk about freedom of speech. That's one of the problems we face in Liberia. That's one of the problems we face, or we are facing in Liberia. Because you can talk, maybe you know how to speak, maybe you went to school and you practice how to talk, how to explain to the people. This is a reason for which you talk, but that is not an important thing. But the fact that we're here to tell you that if you are talking, you should know, say your talking may have limit. That is sin law. This is why we decided to bring you the higher learning or the higher law book in the Republic of Liberia. The higher law book in the Republic of Liberia. So we talked about, Article 1. We talked about Article 1. We talked about Article 2. We talked about Article 3, Article 4, Article 5, and the rest of the articles. So tonight we just here to give you, a summary of those articles, to remind you that these are the important or key points in this particular article. Therefore, Article 7, that talk about, the Republic shall consist with, very important thing, very, very important thing that So I'd like to say welcome. Let's have a great time. Let's hear you tonight. And this program is meant for interaction. It meant for your contribution. Most of you out there, you know about the Constitution. Yeah, you can read. You can write. But the fact that you don't have the time to sit with your brothers and sisters to tell them about the Constitution. Yesterday I told you that before you talk to anybody, you should be able, or anything you're doing, you should be able to quote the Constitution. When somebody go on your land, your property, you should be able to quote the Constitution to stop the person not to trouble your land. Yes, that is a fact. It's very, very much important that you learn that if anybody approach you any kind of way, you have the right to talk to them. You have the right to talk to them in a way that using the Constitution, not your force, you can beat them, slowly. But before you do that, you have to know the Constitution. You have to know the Constitution before you do that. So let's hear you tonight on 088-114-3504, 0776 105 105, 088-114-3504, 0776 105 105. We hear you tonight wherever you find yourself and whatever you are following up from. Let's hear you tonight. Chris Dewey is here with you. Roughly, we have a few minutes to go. Right here today is weekend, and we have to enjoy the weekend vibe. Yeah, we have to enjoy the weekend vibe. Let's hold it right there and go to the phone line and take our first and black set color. Hello. Emmanuel S. Doe. Well, a cartoon, you're not forced, but you compare the former captain. Good evening.
To do the right thing. A pleasant good evening to you and the family of Top FM. Good evening to Virginians.
Okay.
Thank you ever so much for this very important and educative program.
Thanks, sir.
We've been sitting here listening to you, providing all of the analysis, all of the education and guidance. It's important. So we thought that it's also important to not just play a listening role, but to call and commend you and the family of Top FM for providing such a platform for all of us. What you are doing, indeed, it represents the name of your institution, Teach Our People Communication.
Oh, yes, indeed.
Teach our people what they needed to know of. You see, for us, we're still struggling to understand, to know the reason why nowadays there's no civics being taught in schools. Because all the things that you are saying, it bows down to civic education.
Yes.
And so, knowing your constitution knowing your history, how can you be educated to these things? How many of us have the time now to say, hey, let me bring my radio closer to me? One Mr. Chris Beware will be on a radio station. Maybe for what he'll be teaching, something that I'm in doubt of, he may go there around it, then I will pick up from there. How many of us listening to radio at about this time? How many of our children, our younger brothers and sisters, that choose to follow this program? So if it is being taught in schools, I think there is going on like a nationwide, education being provided. But again, Ministry of Education knows the reason why she chose to erase civic education from our schools.
Okay.
But these are things that our lawmakers are supposed to be speaking about.
Yes, of course.
Our children, our citizens need to know the Constitution to the tip of their finger. Don't be surprised. Those who we refer to, some of them that we refer to as aliens and foreigners, can read your Constitution and interpret it better.
Yes. Yes, of course.
That's why sometimes they win cases in court. The citizen who don't know, he or she will feel that there was bribery that took place. No, not in all cases can be bribery. Because they can understand the Constitution, he understand the law of our land, so he win you. But again, Chris, we just want to say thank you. And we have no question to ask. Just to commend you for the program. Now, keep it up. Only God can reward you for all that you do for the people of Nigeria and the Republic of Liberia. Again, thank you so much, and we will continue to follow you.
Thank you so much. With the cartoon, force, but you compared. I highly respect and appreciate you. I wish we should have, 10 or 15 person in Grand Nigeria County like you, and I think we should have something different because it's not like you want to talk on the radio, but you also have a role to play when it comes to civics. And so I'd like to say thank you so much. I appreciate you. That's the stand has, motivation, but we are ready and prepared and strong. We sat and think critically because we came from the education background and we see our brothers and sisters who want to get money and do things that are not corresponding with the Constitution. We deem it necessary. And these are some of the things today that make us to say we want to work to radio station. If you go out there, you're not going to see all passing around chasing people. But we desire to come on the radio to have the time to create those programs and make sure that our people learn. And so I'd like to say thank you. We will also appreciate you people for making your own input. And so, for those of you that are listening, is very important. A certain year the government came about it. They come up with the idea that civics, they came up with the idea that civics had to be taught in various schools. And also, again, even our brothers and sisters that are in government position that we elected, and also, again, that the president appointed, if they have the good mind and want to open the eye of the people, they should be the one to say, I'm going to go on the radio to say that people carry the program. It's not all the program with, on radio station that have to be the CEO or either those who work with the radio station. There are programs other people start or can sit in the community and create and say, well, let's go to the station and let's carry the radio program there. If anybody there can present the program, we'll be able to sponsor the program. This program is very important. This particular program, Civic Hour, it talk about the citizen, it talk about government. In the senior high level, we call it government because it discuss a lot of government. Now, if you look at Article 1 of the 1986 Constitution of Liberia, it says all power is inherited in the people. All power is inherited in the white people. All free government are instituted by their what authority and for their benefit, and they have the right to author and reform the same when they are safety and happiness. so required. If you read this one, you're not going to understand it. But this is why we are here. Now, if we share it into pieces, that what we always do here, all power is inherited in the people. What does that mean? In the particular article 1, what does it mean? It means that the constitution means that power naturally belongs to the citizen, or to belong to the citizen, not to leaders. That particular portion that talk about all power is inherited in the people. So the fact that we are not here to say we want to talk, but we are here to tell. This is why we even bring it down in the simple English version. All the power in the simple English version. The version what we use all the time. The simple English version. That's what we're using. All power belongs to the Liberian people. That means the power that we talk about, government is in the people. It's not the government. The government, the leader, are servant to us. They are not master. How many of you know it? So I expect our young people, but the fact that I've been, bringing since I got on the radio, all my program is all about education. I also bringing, I am the presenter for Education Forum. And yesterday we come up with the idea bringing Civic Hour on the program. It's not strange to me. When you talk about education, nobody would like to call. Yeah, but just come out to say, oh, Chris B. Weber, an agreeable man, and he want to be represented here. People will be calling, who the man mother, what place he come from, and how he looking. The place he come from in days. So we're not surprised, but the fact that those who are listening, our people who want to listen should listen. But I will encourage every one of you, before you go and preach politics, what you need to do is to get a rightful backing. For me, I told people, I say I can talk to President Boakai. Yes, of course. But I know how to talk to him because I got a right to talk to him. But if I talk too much, the right I get again will go against me. How can you know that? Even like what they call yourself with the cartoon, the former Captain Doe, Emmanuel S. Doe, what he said is truth. Our brothers and sisters, we don't know the Constitution. Foreigner can interpret the Constitution to us. I told you, the Constitution is just like the Bible. If you go into pastor, if you go into those Jehovah Witnesses that passing around, if you're not strong, they will beat you with stretcher. If you even from other Christian background or other church, they will beat you with stretcher. You're supposed to know the stretcher. So if you go in, when somebody asks you, Ghanaian asks you, then Ghanaian know your constitution more than you. Our constitution is not hiding. It's not in secret. If you go on the net, you type 1986 Constitution of the Republic of Liberia, it will come. Then that man will read it and know the level that he want to walk, to make business. They play the Constitution give them the right. But your own, you don't know it. No, you're not belonging. You're not supposed to stay here. That is the problem. So we need to be very careful. Call her 0881 1435 040776 105 105 0881 1435 040776 105 105, and you're going to be live. One of the things I always tell people is let us be able to prioritize education. Let's give education the full stamp. Parents, when teachers are sharing grade cards on the campus, other parents who don't have time for their children's education, only they pay their school fees and they get their transportation, they provide lunch for them. When they start to argue, they must just see incomplete. They must just see red mark. How my child get red mark? Because they are not following. When test finish, they don't go on the campus to ask the teacher, please, can you please show me my child progressed within your subject? They can't do it. But when they see the grade card, at the time they can be shouting. That's the same thing about Liberians. We don't prioritize education. The places that want to hear many voices to talk, to say yes. We have a lot of people that know the Constitution, that's supposed to be calling by now, helping our people to understand. Maybe you can understand Chris better. It's just that students and teachers, all our students understand their friend student. But teacher, other students don't understand the teacher properly. So this is why when we're going to school, some of our friends will go on the board and demonstrate the mathematical problem that our teacher gave us. Some of us used to understand, but when the teacher said that, you can be fast. And then we got other skill that we use to talk to our friend. The man will not get move from there, man. I think we're over there, we can understand it. I may say, man, your way, let me the hard way. You ever tell teacher say the man thing you talking there and I understand it? No, it can't work, it don't work like that. So we need to be very careful. I am asking Grangidians. I just told you this program in the eastern region. I don't hear it even in Grangidia County when it comes to Civic Hour. Even though they discuss the team. But in Grangidia is Nanas, the store eastern, everybody going to take it. River G, Maryland, everybody going to run around. It left with you to call in. You ask your question, you motivate, you make comments, and then you contribute for people to know, oh, I read that article. That article was true. And this is what it said, this is what it says. So this is why I'm joining you. It's going to be very, very good. So folks, I like to say we got 2 minutes. You know, we are on the weekend vibe. Yeah, today is Friday. Today is Friday. That is great. And we are here for you. And the month is going again bit by bit. The 6th day of February. And the year we meet AD 2026. Let me say bravo to every one of you. And thanks so much for your listening role. And even though you don't call, I appreciate you. I know how many of you following. I appreciate you. And let's make sure to work and listen to this program. In the evening hours, 7 o'clock to 7:55, you just bring your children around. And while we speak small English here, we'll make it very simple. Somebody say, oh, like they got no big book. It's not a matter. It's up to you to determine that. But the fact that you need to learn, you need to listen. The Constitution of the Republic of Liberia is very important for our common citizen. Yesterday we talked about Article 8 that told us that government need to provide for everybody. Government need to provide for what? Everybody. Yes. And that is very, very important. Let me say many thanks to those of you that have been following. This is Top 105.3. We broadcast to you live and direct from ZWEDRU, Grangidia County, Republic of Liberia. My name is Chris B. Ware, and the Civic Hour take break. We're going to be back Monday, the same time, the same station. Please, those of you that with the politician, we seeking sponsorship, and those of you that have brothers and sisters in the diaspora, maybe they can join me. And those of you even living in Grangidia County, Liberia, you can say, oh, I want to take the sponsorship, and also I want to be on the show. We will connect you on the internet, and you'll be live just like me now on the internet. You know, on Facebook, you're going to be live too, or we'll discuss it, and we'll give our people the time to call and ask questions. Let me say many thanks to every one of you. Have a great and beautiful time. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye. I am out.